Hi, hey, hello, and welcome
to the Story Is podcast with
Katie
and Amanda.
Welcome back, gang. Episode D.
Wow, we're really racking them up here.
So many of you, dozens of you are following. I can feel it.
We're taking the world by storm.
Hey, listen, we got to start somewhere. Why not here?
Yeah, well, yeah. Here we are. All right, well, let's get after it today.
Okay. What do you have for me?
Couple of things that are of note to me. I'm chronically online. Katie is chronically online. I hope that you are also chronically online because I have decided something. I have a new internet crush.
Okay, say more.
Okay. I fear that he's not going to pass the who did I vote for test, but I know it is important. It is an important question in today's day and age. But I can look, right? Like I can give a cursory glance.
Sure.
I don't know his name.
Well, it certainly doesn't stop them. So.
Oh, fair enough. They have opinions on everything. So.
Okay, say more.
You've certainly seen him. I don't know his handle name because why would I?
No. Okay. Who is it?
But he's the guy.
Oh no.
He's like from New Jersey. I've sent him to you.
Give me some
with
more.
the like longer dark hair, the mustache. He works on like a offshore.
Oh yes, and he's currently on a ship or like on the offshore rig. Oh baby.
Yes. I don't know his name, and I will not learn his name because he didn't vote the right way for me, so I will not commit him to memory.
Understood.
But he's so hot.
Okay.
And I can't stop watching.
You're talking about he's the guy who does like the get ready with me, like on the long shore.
Yeah, he's like, it's not like an oil rig, I don't think that he's on. But he's like, commute with me to work. And it's like him leaving from New Jersey, flying to New Orleans, taking some sort of vessel to get to a larger vessel.
I don't know if we're talking about the same guy then. We have to be though. How many of them could there be?
He's young. He's like certainly in his 20s. Dark hair, mustache.
I'm gonna be honest with you, all I can think about is the little Hottie McCotterton from the Savannah Bananas that everybody's trying to get a piece of right now.
You know who I
cannot recall his name, but like the man getting more ass than a toilet seat.
You know who I want to see him with?
Savannah Banana or
no,
your
Savannah
oil
Banana.
rig man? Who?
Xandra. You're welcome. Again, chronically online.
If you're not familiar, Xandra, formerly of the Alex Earle best friend squad.
Team Xandra.
The one with the huge yitties and the great hair.
Yes.
Stunning,
she
beautiful.
Walked in this
SI swimsuit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was
yes,
like, this
in Miami.
is a swimsuit.
Yes.
She's also a DJ, which does the same philosophy exist, you know, like when we talk about he's a DJ.
Land the plane here.
He's a DJ. He's hot, but he's a DJ. Or his career, DJ.
I don't know because I don't like women like that. So it's hard for me to know.
But just like out there in the world.
Honestly, you do you. Frankly, I don't care.
Okay,
hot girls doing hot things, I'm fine with.
I'm Team Xandra. Also, Henry is back with a new bag.
You guys.
Henry.
We're
forever
sick,
crush.
Okay, listen, we spend too much time on TikTok. We should take our own advice. Hey, read your book, you know? From time to time.
We managed to consume the content.
I know. Henry. If you don't follow him on TikTok and Instagram, you must do it immediately. He is
perfect.
He's the perfect man.
He passes the vibe check in always.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
He is working on his bag collection currently. He's new to the bag game, and I love this journey for him.
Yeah, he hit that Bottega and that Louis, and he
has not looked back. That Bottega bag didn't know what was coming. I
loved it.
He's fabulous. You know who else is a wonderful follow on TikTok? Madison Humphrey. I actually have that written down because I want to talk about her. I don't know if you've ever seen her stuff. She's the one that does the parody videos of like all of the weird like mother and son weird interactions that are making the rounds on TikTok. She is hilarious. Like the bad proposal videos that go viral, she does like a parody of them. Oh my God, I love her. She's so freaking funny. Obsessed.
The other thing that I know that this is a few weeks old at this point, but that I would like to touch on is that firefighter. the guy who had his birthday party and
Yes.
then outed his then wife for cheating on him.
Horrifying.
I don't.
Yep.
How do we recover from this?
I don't think one does recover. Again, if you're not chronically online as we are, there was this video that went viral. It's been a couple weeks ago now.
Yep.
A firefighter's having his 40th birthday,
yeah,
I
believe
think.
so. Yep.
And his wife plans it, I think. And then during the planning of the party, he comes into some information that the wife has been
having
an entanglement, shall we say. And he finds out, and then he absolutely blasts her in his speech, his thank you speech. And it is horrifying to watch.
I do feel like...
I don't like it. Actually, it gives me like weird secondhand, like I have a hard time watching those type of videos.
Are you secondhand embarrassed? Maybe. I just like... Ooh, those are tough to watch for me. I think that somebody could take this and make it a really sick romance novel, though. Like, this is the beginning.
Oh, of course, the opening scene.
Jilted, then we heal and we're in it. And I think it would be interesting, though, because I feel like that always happens from the female perspective, and I think it could be cool to see it happen from the guy perspective. Like, the guy is the jilted.
Interesting. Do you want the writer to be a man?
Okay, this is an ongoing debate that Katie and I have.
Or do you want it to be a female writer?
I mean, I think it has to be a female writer, because if it's a male writer, he's going to give us what we already have out there, which is, as the single amongst us, bleak. So I would prefer it to be a female writer because I like men written by women. But
right, but that's like the point, though, is that he is not the one that has done the wrong. He has been wronged.
I agree. But do you think that a man could write that story?
Listen,
would you read it?
They've written a couple things that are okay from time to time. Great Gatsby.
Okay.
That was a good one written by a man.
One off. All right. Who else you got?
Lord of the Rings.
Is that a romance novel?
No, well, neither is Great Gatsby. I just said that they can write a few things.
Gatsby could be.
Okay. Ooh, this is... Okay, no, wait a minute. Hang on. Let's you're talking about a hetero couple. I think that's important to distinguish here, because there are a lot of male writers that write male romances.
Yes, absolutely.
Correct, that are very popular.
Yes.
So I think that we need to distinguish. So you're talking about a man that writes a heteronormative male-female relationship
Cis couple.
book.
Yes, absolutely. Can you think of any? So if there are any men listening,
no, I don't. There has to be one. There's like poetry.
Sure. I mean,
okay. I'll
Lord Byron will give you one. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Wait, Tommy's holding some things.
Sparks, Nicholas Sparks.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Producer Tommy in the background is giving us feedback. That's a very good one, and we're terrible
that
for
is
not
a
knowing
very good pull. Okay.
But
that's all I got. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's gonna cause some clip it.
Well, here's the problem. Not the problem. I don't carry any Nicholas Sparks at the store. Trope at the store. Nary a Nicholas Sparks.
Have you had a request for a Nicholas Sparks?
No.
I was just curious.
Hence why I don't carry them.
Okay, but also we can't carry
everything.
Shade
to Nicholas Sparks. I want to be clear too. Like, the man has obviously, he knows what he's doing. He's sold God knows how many millions of copies of his books. And the last song, A Miley Vessel, I love. You know I love Miley.
Ooh, but then it also brought her Liam, and that was tumultuous.
He's bad. I didn't say anything about him. Didn't even mention him. Even.
I can't forgive him.
Team Miley, always.
Yes.
I have a hard time even with the Hems brothers, just like guilty by association, which I know, but like it's
you have a problem with Thor?
I love Fat Thor.
Who doesn't?
Fat Thor is a slay.
Well, we like Fat Thor because he is Big Lebowski. That's who that character is.
Wait.
Am I blowing your mind?
Fat Thor is the
Big dude.
Lebowski.
Yes. What do you mean?
God.
Absolutely.
You've cracked the code.
Just short of a white Russian.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you mentioned. Wait a minute. This is perfect. Perfect segue. Guess who else is back on the talk, baby?
Who?
Bucky Barnes, bitch. Let's fucking go.
Sebs is back.
Sebs is so back.
I did see
we
a
are
little,
so back, baby.
I did see a little promo.
Sebastian Stan for Sebs.
Yes.
Sebastian Stan. He plays Bucky Barnes in the Marvel franchise. Hot.
Hot.
Very hot. And I saw a lady on the TikTok, of course, who had the perfect take. And shout out to her. You know who you are. Bucky Barnes
is.
Well, first of all, he's the only Avenger, fun fact, only Avenger to appear in all 5 phases of the Marvel Universe. Number 1. Number 2, he's perfect.
Oh,
that was her point. No, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Period.
I did see a little promo of him where I want to say it was maybe Variety or something.
Sorry, the motorcycle scene? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
No. Where he was doing like a sit-down promo interview for the film.
Yes.
And they were asking him about date spots in New York. And he was like very cagey. They were like, so where would you go on a date? And he was like,
well, isn't he married?
No, I don't think
Long-term relationship?
No, I don't think he's even in a long-term relationship.
No, you cannot tell me that he's single as a Pringle.
I think that is like the...
No, I think he's got a long-term person. You keep talking. I'll let me do a quick fact check.
So they were asking him, where would you take someone on a date? And he was very cagey about it. And he was like, well, back in the day when I was on Gossip Girl, he was like,
Gossip Girl days. I love that he was on that show.
Chase Crawford casually threw in, we like to go to the dark room on the Lower East Side, and then we could never go there again. He was like, so...
I see.
I would guess like you'd want to make a drinks plan first, and then you have like a backup dinner reservation in case things go really well. And they were like, okay, so where would you take this person? And he was like, well, I don't want to give you any of my secrets. Maybe Raoul's, which if you know Raoul's, it's fantastic.
But also not a secret.
Get the burger, but not a secret. Well, he didn't want to give away any of his real haunts.
Of course not. Of course not. Would you? No, I don't even want to tell anybody who does my nails here in Charlotte for fear that, I almost said her name, won't give me an appointment anymore.
Oh, yeah. I see about the nail appointment. Yes. I was like, you don't want to tell her where we go to dinner?
No, do keep up. Come on. No, I get it. He doesn't want to out that. I don't even want to out my nail girl.
Anyways, all of this to say, did you find out? Does he have a... Confirmed.
He's been dating his girlfriend, Annabelle Wallace, for 3 years. They've kept their relationship very private.
They
were at the Golden Globes.
Like a stretch for
3 years. That's a long time.
How old is he?
Older than you think he is.
42.
Keep going. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me look at that.
3 years doesn't feel like long term to me.
He's 42.
Nailed it on the head. Wow. Anyways, all of this to say, we will be watching the new Marvel films.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you mean? There was a hesitation. And we're going to watch Fantastic Four.
Obviously.
Daddy
Pedro is in them. Of course I will. Hey, where is the movie? Don't know which one it was supposed to be. That Harry Styles was supposed to be in? Where he was playing...
The originals. He's part of that.
Eris?
He's part of that.
Is that right?
I don't.
Achilles? No, that's Roy. That's Roy Kent from...
Yeah, and we know who Zeus is, which is...
Russell Crowe. Yeah.
I think...
Oh, no, not Achilles. Sorry. Roy Kent plays Hercules.
That is part of the originals, and I think all of those got pushed.
And by Roy Kent is his name in Ted Lasso.
Correct.
The actor's name, Brett Goldstein.
Correct.
Wow. What a pull. Did you know his name?
I mean, yes, I did know his name.
Well, you certainly didn't chime in.
Well, you seemed busy. I was giving you a second.
Okay.
Okay, another film that I'm so ready to come out.
Oh, yes.
Is The Materialist.
Oh, my God, yes. Well, by the time this comes out, I think that it will be out.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so I think by the time, so we're, future us. You'll love it. I know it. How does Dakota Johnson get that role?
I don't know, but
living my dream.
I want to be the absolute meat in that sandwich. Like
Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal. I'm sick.
It is the resurgence of the rom-com. That's what it's being dubbed as.
Well, it's almost like women are reading rom-coms again. It's what it's giving.
and the fits are fitting. Listen, it's being
So
heralded
good.
as
I
like
can't.
the comeback of the rom-com. I'm very ready.
The second that Father Pedro came out on that screen in the suit.
And he kisses her hand.
It's so good. I can't
wait.
It's so good. I'm confident it's so good. Haven't seen it yet. I'm confident.
It doesn't even matter if it's not so good because I'm sat.
That's fair.
I'm buying the ticket.
Yep.
I'm seeing it.
You know who else is promoting something right now too is, which I love this because he started out very much as like internet personality and now he is giving Star Benito Skinner, of course. Yeah. He is giving Star.
Yes.
Star.
There are a lot of people. Caleb Herron's in the movie too. I know,
and so is his best friend. What's her name? Mary Beth Barone. She's
in like some of the skits with him too, isn't she? Oh
my God. She is so funny. They are Star. Not that they're looking for my validation, but you have it. I love them.
Bowen have a...
I don't know. Oh, I think Matt and Bowen are both in it.
I think that they're both in it as well. The cast is casting.
It is impressive.
I am very
Do we know the name of the movie? Because we should probably say it if we can remember it.
Don't know. Saw it on TikTok.
Overcompensating.
Is it a streamer or is it a release in a film? Or a theater?
That I am unsure of. I was just checking to see if Matt and Bowen are in this one. I think that they are.
I think that they have a cameo. I don't think
yes. Yes, they are.
And
confirmed.
Caleb Heron, right? Yes, I did make that up.
Also Kaya Gerber.
Wow.
Yes, Prime. Amazon Prime.
Okay, excellent.
Oh my God, wait. We're wrong. It's a show. 8 episodes. It's not a movie.
Stop it.
Even better.
Excellent.
More content. I love it.
It's going to come out weekly. That's going to be hard for me. I like to binge. But I am not... Okay, this is a side quest that we're going to go on, a side conversation. How do we feel about people who only want to read finished series?
Wow. Okay, this is a left turn, but not so much a left turn. Okay, I see where we're going with this.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. I think
it could never be.
Well, let's just start there. We're here to hurt no one's feelings.
Correct.
Do what you need to do to read. Like, there is no bad reading strategy here. Having said that, if you are only reading finished series, you're wrong. Sorry.
That could never be us because the FOMO
cannot be left out.
Yeah.
Simply can't. How are these people on the internet scrolling on Instagram or what have you, past Silver Elite, past Shield of Sparrows, past ACOTAR, Quicksilver. Now, you'll notice all of these are romantasy books, mind you, which we can talk more about. But, like, how are you scrolling past and you just think, nah.
It's not done. Can't pick it up. Not done. People come into the shop, too, and they're like, I just really can't commit to a series that's not finished. And I'm like... they're like, I like romantasy, but
okay, I'm gonna pause you right there. No, you don't. You don't like romantasy. If you are finished series, you don't like romantasy. The plight of being a romantasy fan is suffering and waiting for that next book. It is complaining into a microphone about where the next ACOTAR book is. That is part of it. And if you can't handle that,
it ain't for you.
Maybe romantasy is not for you, babe.
For everybody. But it's for us.
It's for me. I love it.
Although I will give you a perfect example of a non-romantasy book.
Tell me.
Series.
Okay.
Magnolia.
Okay.
Not a finished series. Jessa.
We love.
I love you. And I want all the best things for you, but I also want the next book. I need to know about Daisy, and more specifically, I need to know about Julian. Okay? Thank you so much. Gabby, I did the Lord's work for you here. You're welcome. It's a very important series to me.
Okay.
Non-romantasy, also not finished. I light bully people into reading it all the time.
Tell me, Amanda, how do you feel about people who don't read romances, who don't read finished series?
I would never be reading
unfinished series.
How could I ever pick up a book?
I just it's so fun. Isn't that like half the fun? Is like you read this book and then you get on your podcast and listen to Amanda and I go, Where's the next book? Let's talk about that's for me. The perfect example too is like with Game of Thrones. When Game of Thrones is airing, half the fun of it are the theories and the theorizing and who's going to end up with who and who do we do here and how is this going to work and what about the magic? Like it's so fun.
At the heart of romance is yearning, is it not? We're yearning for the next book.
Yearning.
No, you gonna do it?
No.
You gonna tap dance for us too?
No.
I think that I respect you. I respect all readers.
Of course.
But I have strong opinions.
That's okay. I think that's fine.
And I think that we should be reading the books as they come out.
I agree. It is what they want from us.
Yes.
They, the greater they, capital T.
Support a small business, if you will.
Me.
Yeah.
Me. Also the authors.
Yes.
It's important. And also, if we, dear readers, do not read the books as they're coming out, then there's a chance that maybe they don't finish the series because the backing wasn't
fair.
The backing's not there. And
that's really
this, hey, listen, it's all part of a ecosystem here. And we the readers are part of it. We have to read them while they come out. I think it's important.
I also think then does that translate, to bring it back full circle, does that then translate to if you are a reader who doesn't want to pick up a book until the series is finished, do you do the same thing with like a TV series? Like, are you waiting until Game of Thrones is done to start?
Yes. I think the answer is yes. I think there's a lot of people like that.
What?
Yes, you have heard people go, I didn't want to start Game of Thrones just feels like the easy answer here, but you can pick any like ongoing franchise. The Last of Us. Everyone's like, I don't want to watch it because there's only 2 seasons.
What do you mean?
I don't like to be spoiled. I don't like to have spoilers. So if there's something that's really getting popular, I feel like I have to jump it up the TBR list very, very quickly so that I don't come across spoilers.
Harass me to jump it up the TBR list.
I'm doing what I have to.
Yeah. That's fair. I
don't want to spoil it for you, but I got to have somebody to talk to about it. Clearly, as previously mentioned last week, Charlie's not it because it takes him 3 months to read Onyx Storm.
Yeah,
I can't rely on him.
That long.
No.
I felt behind when I started. It came out on Tuesday. I think I started on Thursday or something. And I was like, everybody's already done. Oh my God. What am I going to do?
Yeah, it's really crazy. What is the appropriate amount of time? This is a good question. What's the appropriate amount of time after a new book comes out before you can start doing spoilers, talking about spoilers out in the open?
At least a week or 2.
You think a week?
I think a week is fair because
a week is very fast, though. I think there would be people that would say that that's too fast.
I think
not me. I'm not one of those
but
people.
To start like actually talking about it in more specific terms about such and such is happening.
Yeah.
Maybe not this is what happens at the end, but they're going on a journey again to go back to Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm. They're going to the islands, right? Like that's not necessarily a spoiler, but it's something that we didn't know. And I would have been mad if on day 2 somebody was already talking about that and I'm instantly start reading the book and I'm like, when are they going to get to the islands? When are they going to get to the islands?
Mm-hmm.
So I think a weekend is like general.
No, I don't disagree. I think a week is the right answer, but I do think that you would get pushback from people that isn't long enough. And to them, I say, scroll faster. I don't know. I do think though that content creators that talk about books like very in depth, you have to put a spoiler alert up, especially if you were like one of those lucky ducks that got the book early. And so on release day, you've already read it and you're like, let's talk about it. And you're like, no, these people, us regular schmegular Joes,
just got
the book.
Yeah.
Give us a second. And if you do, I think it is unethical even to go so far as to not put a spoiler alert. I think it's like you have to do it. Even like the fan art, that are like spoilery about who ends up with who, there's no.
I think it should be disclosed, kind of like ads are discosed for influencers, right?
Yeah.
Like I think
that's smart.
That's an easy way to like, in your byline or whatever you want to call it, or
at least put the swipe. At least put like if you're gonna do like a multi, part post, like the first shot has to be like spoilers ahead.
Yeah,
do not swipe something.
All that to say, like I think sometimes maybe even you and I get like very excited about something and like spoil something we weren't trying to spoil. But I think you need to be mindful of that, especially when you have like a big platform and you're going to get pushed out to us. Like, I don't want to be spoiled either.
Yeah. Well, speaking of series, you're rereading the Ravenhood series right now.
I am. You just finished not too long ago.
I did. I had never read it.
Okay.
And the Trope, the store, we were approached by Kate Stewart's team. This was so fucking cool. This is so cool. So we were approached by them, and they wanted to have an event at the store to celebrate the release of the newest Ravenhood series. It is the second book of the spin-off series. Yep. It's the Ravenhood Legacy, and it's Tyler's story. Anyway, they reached out. They wanted to have an event at the store. I was like, yes. Absolutely, yes. But I had never read the books, but I know that she is from Western North Carolina, which of course that's where we are. And so I was like, okay, I have to like speed read these. Speed read them I did.
Yeah.
Speed read them I did. Now, you had already read them previously.
I had listened to the audios. Probably during, it all blends together, I think during like COVID times. So this is a reread for me. I finished Flock last week, and I'm about halfway through Exodus, and then there's Finish Line, and then we start
the Legacy series.
Yes. Which is One Rainy Day, I think is the first one.
That's the first one, yep.
Yeah. So my goal is, again, this is in the future, but my goal is to have completed all of the books by the time Kate rolls into town.
Yeah, I have to read. So she'll be here the 24th of June. Is that right? The 24th, I think, of June. It's a Wednesday. It's the day after release day, which is huge. I cannot believe that we were so lucky to get this opportunity to host her. And so it is a ticketed event, and unfortunately it is when you're hearing this, dear readers, it is already sold out. But so like
crazy time.
It sold out in like an hour. Yeah. If even that.
And the waiting list is insane too.
Yes.
Not that we want to detract anybody from putting their name on the waiting list.
Yeah. Yes. If you're hearing this early June still, you can still sign up for the waiting list. I don't know that we'll clear it, but we're gonna try. So anyway, Amanda wanted to do a refresher before she comes.
I wanted to listen.
So technically this kind of circles back to what you're saying though. This is kind of a completed series.
Yes.
But not romantasy.
No
fantasy elements to this.
No. And again, we're in North Carolina, and I think when I first started listening to it, I was like, oh, this takes place in North Carolina. I'm kind of hooked. Yeah. And it's fun. I mean, I think that the series is fun. It kind of is vigilante, justice, Robin Hood, all of those elements.
It's got some mafia.
Yeah, little mafia ties. They're kind of like the bad boys. She's the good little rich girl with some deep trauma, and we can all relate to that.
Deep trauma.
I love that you don't really know who you're rooting for.
Oh, I had no idea. I had no clue what man that we were supposed to be like rooting for.
And it's a bit of a why choose.
Are we going to spoil? Because if so, we need to announce our spoiler alert. Do you want to talk about it? I think so. I think the books have been out for a while.
Okay, that's fine.
I think we talk about it. So this is a series that initially started out online.
Yes.
She was Wattpad even?
I can't confirm that, but
I believe she started out online, and then she self-published. Yes. And then our girl Kate, she kind of like conquered the white whale.
Yep.
And she got the book deal, and it's amazing. And so now she's got this great series, and now it's the original trilogy is completed, and I think we're good to continue with spoilers if you want to. I just wanted to give the alert.
Our girl rolls into town, and what I really liked is at the beginning of book 1, you start like present day, and this is all a flashback. So we find out that she rolls into town, and she has in present day just broken up with her fiance and gone back to Triple Falls, North Carolina, which
Asheville, essentially.
Yeah, 2 hours outside of Charlotte. It is for lack of a better term, kind of a mill town. that is all centered around this business that her father owns. So she is heading back there. We get the sense that something ominous has happened, but we're not sure what. Then we flash back to the summer in which she has made her home in Triple Falls to essentially sign a deal with the devil, aka her father, who owns I think that it's a
technology company.
Calculators or something is what she's working on the line for.
Anyway, it basically follows her through this one summer where she falls in love with not one but two very hot men, and it's a very fun like exploration of like her sexuality and how she's like becoming like this grown adult, and it's really like it was really great.
That conversation in the context of more of a why choose. She actually does like explore the sexuality piece of it, as opposed to some other authors or some other, books that we've read where it's like, oh yeah, I'm just fucking everybody, right? No kind of moral quandary or anything like that. Not that there should or shouldn't be, but it's an interesting way that she explores that. And while the FMC is young, she's 19, which I know can be kind of a turnoff for some people. I do feel like she is a much more grown-up character. The things that she's experienced in her life with her mom and some of her traumas
She's very young, though.
She is, but I feel like she does have kind of the emotional intelligence of someone who's older. Do you disagree?
No, I don't think I disagree. I just think that that's like a pretty typical trope in most of our romance books, is that these like FMCs are very young, but they're so mature for their age. And you're like, but are you really? Because I don't know. Listen, it's a very complex book. I think that there are a lot of things in it that are a little beyond the surface level of kind of what's going on, but
I really liked it.
I did too. No, I did too.
I think it's interesting. I think that the storyline is pretty captivating. It is a quick read. Again,
I have some questions for Kate.
Oh,
I have some questions.
I know
Kate,
what you're
the
gonna
author.
ask.
I have some. You know what I'm going to ask.
I know what you're going to ask.
So you've got the three main men. We can skip ahead here a little bit, but you've got Sean, you've got Dom, and you've got the Frenchman. And Sean is like her first love. Like he is like that puppy dog, golden retriever, perfect first guy to like fall in love with.
She describes him as her sunny day.
I was never really on board with Sean. Something about him didn't work for me. And Kate, why does he smoke? Why does he rip real cigarettes? It doesn't make sense.
Right, because your problem
I'm very
is
hung
he's
up
like,
on that.
Crunchy granola, outdoorsy
exactly,
boy.
like very like fuck the man, and like like government. Like he's very crunchy, he's very liberal, he's very like I don't know, like good for like environmental. That's the word I'm trying to spit out. And then he's out here ripping heaters.
I don't know
what.
But, like I also so do you have a problem with them smoking weed?
No, totally different.
So it's not the act of smoking.
No. I'm talking about a real cigarette.
Okay.
I got a problem with. Ew. He doesn't do that. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense. I need her to tell me.
I had some problems with we are having intercourse, if you will, like in the grass next to the waterfall or in the water. This is where I have a hard time suspending my disbelief.
Okay.
I'm like, the germ situation here is
yes.
I'm concerned. Like,
is it one of those things we have to
suspend
disbelief with? I think.
Yeah, I think
yes.
so. But I'm also like.
Also the scene, the one and only scene where she stups them both at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't understand what's happening. The logistics confound me. I'm reading it and I am one of those readers, when I'm reading something, I'm seeing a movie.
Yeah.
In my mind's eye, I'm watching a movie. I'm watching a scene unfold. So I don't always, but I tend to get very hung up on battle scenes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So he's got a sword in his left arm and he's doing this, but then his right arm is like extend. Like I get very hung up on like the schematics of what that looks like. You can see where I'm going with this. In the
I agree.
Yeah, in the Falcon scenes, how does this, like, where does
on
this
a raft
go?
too.
But they're not. They're on a dock. So they're not moving. But she's like half on the float and like 1 foot. Like, what?
Yeah, I had a hard time with that too. But that's one of the questions that I always ask when we've had the privilege of speaking to authors.
Yes.
Is like, I need to understand how you lay out those scenes, plot them out, if you will.
Yeah.
And Kelly Finley gave us the best answer.
We read one of her books for our book club.
We read Tempt Her. It's a series that she writes. She has Barbies, and she can't be the only
scenes
one.
them out with her Barbies.
Correct.
So she's like, okay, so the left hand, I think that is amazing. And I hope Kate says, oh my God, I do that too.
Yes.
My hope.
She can't be
No.
she can't be the only one who has used this big brain up here to be
Surely not.
This is a great use of a Barbie.
Do you think they watch porn scenes for that stuff too?
100% got
they have to,
right?
I mean,
although I do feel like, isn't like 98% of all porn is written by men for men?
Sure, that makes sense. I don't know the statistic on it, but that has to be something like that.
It's something crazy.
I'm sure.
That. So I'm like, well, yeah, but would they watch porn? Because is that what we would really want?
Sorry, let me rephrase. I meant more for more of like, oh, I've never thought about
inserting
putting her leg in this direction because that makes sense. I don't know. It's just a thought I had. I just wonder. Just a thought.
They
have to though. Some of these scenes I'm reading. You guys, what?
Yeah,
you ain't bending me like that. I don't move like that. I'm not flexible at all. So like it's
when I read Pucking Around, there were a couple of scenes. I was like, Emily Rath. Dr. Emily Rath.
Doctor, put some respect on it, okay?
I was like, I need to understand. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. I get very hung up on it.
3 involved, 3 on 1. I just am confused about. Also, is anybody checking on our female main characters after they've been like railed for 3 days straight?
The aftercare.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening?
Bath, ice pack, like
there ain't enough ibuprofen. No. When they do that, like, hey, you've seen the girl on the internet with the tape measure. She's like, hey, girls, I don't think we know what we're talking about. She's like
measures
3 inches. She was like, okay. 4 inches. Okay.
6 inches. Great. 8 inches. Biggest I've ever seen in real life. A foot. What are we doing with that? Like, what are we doing
ripped in
with
half?
No, you're not okay.
I just feel like you'd see it coming out your throat. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, no.
All
I can think about is Girthmaster. What does he do?
Well, you know who we could ask? Kayla. Blue-eyed Kayla Jane.
I am obsessed with her.
This is
obsessed.
You know what really started me on her was when she had saved up enough money or whatever to get the dollar counter.
Oh, yes.
The money counter.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
ready. Kayla Jade, again, in case you are not just part on TikTok all the time. She is a
sex worker.
Is that
yeah,
okay.
That's the appropriate
terminology. She is a sex worker, but she also is a mattress actress. A bop, I believe is what they're called.
A bop?
Uh-huh. Yes. Anyway, she does videos.
I thought the bop was what the kids called like a hit.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move past it.
I'm sorry.
She also films videos for like OnlyFans
she
and
does,
stuff too.
Yes.
And Kayla Jade recently had a collab, shall we say, with Girthmaster.
Yeah, they're actually like very good friends.
They're friends.
IRL.
Yeah.
Let us be very clear. Kayla Jade and Girthmaster both Australian. She's from New Zealand, I think, originally.
Yeah, but I think he's an Aussie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives in Australia. Which, fun fact, sex work is legal in Australia.
That's right.
And she talks all about it. I think it's very interesting anyways. But yeah, you've seen Girthmaster holding the water bottle.
Of course.
The
wine
size.
Bottle. It's insane.
We're
going to move past Girthmaster though.
Okay.
We're going to bring it back. So let's go into our book report for the week.
Okay.
I have a couple of things.
Oh, tell me.
The word on the street, Mackenzie Foy, aka Baby Renesmee from the Twilight series,
is back.
Has been cast as Violet in the Fourth Wing TV show adaptation. All but confirmed, I guess I should say. I don't know that it has been like, Frank, I'm confirmed, but like I believe it has been.
What else has she been in?
I don't know offhand. I think she was in like a teen show of some sort, but like, I don't know
because Bebe Renesmee didn't have to do a lot of acting.
Well, no, she was a baby.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yes, I need to know what sort
I don't know.
credit we're. How are we feeling about this?
Feel free to fact check it. I don't. I'm certain she's been in other things. I don't know for sure.
But how are we feeling about this translation?
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. How do we make men with wings not look stupid?
Well, in Fourth Wing, no wings.
Well,
but dragons have to look good.
Well, we've seen dragons before.
We have.
They look really fucking good.
On an HBO show.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Shall I say it? Shall I say what we're all thinking? About HBO is the right place for these things.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I just am nervous. What is she on Prime or is she on Hulu?
It's Amazon.
Okay. Well, they did spend a lot of money on that Lord of the Rings. A lot of money.
Yeah, and it wasn't good. It didn't get watched. I shouldn't say it wasn't good. I think it looks beautiful. Nobody watched it. It was not well received.
I think it's been too long too to like capitalize on.
Never, don't you dare say that.
On the film,
LOTR. I'm a Lord of the Rings stan. I do. I love it. I don't think it's too late, but I do. I don't know what the problem was. I watched one half of one episode, and I
tried to watch it with you, and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I am nervous about any of these books that we hold so dearly in the romantasy realm specifically being effectively translated. But I also don't agree with like the animated is the wrong term, but like the kind of AI anime sort of.
Oh, see, I think that's really the only way.
And I don't know that I would watch it.
She's too stunned to speak.
You are gonna be pleased with that.
Have you seen some of these like
of course.
Character art?
Yes, of course I've seen them. I just in my mind that is not.
Listen, is it okay? Is it what I want? No.
Right.
Of course not. I want Thomas Dodery to play Asriel. I want to see that man, do his thing with his wingspan. Okay, of course that's what I want to see. But we're talking about two different things here. I think that Fourth Wing has an opportunity to become a really great TV show.
Sure.
Because you do not have human characters that shift into animals.
Other things, yeah.
They do not shift into animals. Animals do not shift into people. There are not hot men with wings, which I think is going to be the problem with a ACOTAR adaptation. Yeah. How do you make that not look goofy? I don't know what the answer is.
Don't disagree with you. I would almost just rather them not.
That's fine. That's yes. If they can't figure out a way to do it, then the answer is don't do it. Don't force it just because you think you've got
that you can make money off of us.
That's right.
Because
it is me.
Us.
Clock it. Yeah. It's us.
Because it's only going to backfire for them. Because the press, they're going to spend all of this money to do these, and then the press around it from the booktok community is going to rip it to shreds.
Well, and listen, all they're going to have on their hands are people upset about who they cast. It's never going to be, not my Xaden, not my Rhysand.
Which is great.
We spiral, and because no one they cast is going to be right.
Well, we're already seeing
Do you know what I mean? Right.
Specifically with the Fourth Wing, with the Emilio versus
well, look at what's happening
Josh
with the
Houston.
Harry Potter cast that they're rolling out right now. HBO is doing a reimagining of Harry Potter.
Reimagining?
I don't know if I couldn't decide on what word I wanted to choose. They're redoing the Harry Potter series into a TV show. They're rolling out the cast, and there are already people upset about everything. You're
think
not going to win.
I think they were always going to have a challenge with that, though, because the movies were so beloved.
Sure.
And meant so much to our generation growing up, going to the midnight releases, going to the movies at midnight release, like all of that.
Yeah.
I think reimagining that is going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know why, but I also don't know why.
Yeah. Well, listen, Book Talk can be a very fun place. It can be very fun to explore, find new reads, find new authors that you love. I think there's a lot of really great discourse that's happening on there about like the support that indie authors get or don't get or deserve, and versus like trad pub authors who are getting lots of backing and lots of help. Like we talked about this a little bit last week with Silver Elite, but
it's also a
Book
great
Talk
place.
can also be incredibly toxic and very like it can
so
be
is
tough.
The internet, though.
Of course. But for whatever reason, the Book Talk online community is brutal. I mean, look no further than Navessa Allen. Navessa Allen, she's the author of Lights Out. She's got a new book coming out in July. Yeah. Caught Up, book 2. June. It comes out soon, in a couple weeks. Cool. So it comes out in a couple weeks, and they book 1, the audiobook, is raved about. Like it is personally one of my favorite audiobooks that we've ever listened to.
Yeah.
Book 2 is coming out. Navessa announces who the audio narrator is going to be for book 2, because book 2 is a totally different set of it's in the same world. Same world, but it's a new set of characters.
Yes.
And so it's a new audiobook narrator because it's not the same person. We're following a different character. And you would have thought, I don't get it at all. The Book Talk went berserk because it's not Teddy Hamilton again. I love Teddy Hamilton. He's phenomenal. One of my favorite audiobook narrators. Why would he do the second one? It doesn't make any sense. It's a new character. So now this other audio narrator is, what's our beef with him? What's the problem? Like, I don't understand why we're so upset about this. And it has been brutal. And now Navessa says she's going to complete her obligations for her book tour. But she's like, I'm not doing any more with you guys. She put out this whole statement about to protect her mental health and how things have gotten so sideways that she is just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing any more signings. I'm going to fulfill my obligations for the back half of the year. And then I'm out. We've literally driven this woman to like feel like she has to leave. What?
Well, okay. Interesting. Sorry. I was looking crazy to see who, because it's multiple narrators in that, in book 2.
But we're upset about the male narrator, correct?
Correct. But I think Teddy is in this book and he wasn't in book 1.
Did I have it backwards?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, are you sure?
I think so.
Okay. I got it backwards. He was not the narrator for book 1. He's going to be the narrator.
Jacob Morgan was narrator
for
book
right,
1.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. I apologize.
That's where I was like, I think it was.
Okay, my bad. I had it backwards. Still, Jacob Morgan also incredible. Book 1 was, I stand by it, one of the best audiobooks we've ever listened to.
10 out of 10.
10
Perfect.
out of 10.
He nailed the character.
Okay, wait, that makes even less sense.
Correct.
Teddy Hamilton is like a top 2, top literally 1 or 2. This is so stupid.
Yes. I think this brings us to an interesting point as well. When we talk about the book talk drama, Colleen Hoover. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
I just want to, as someone who she talked about at, what was the name of the convention that just happened in Maryland?
A Polycon, yes.
Okay, so she was one of the speakers, panel speakers at a Polycon.
One of our friends went to a Polycon.
Correct.
She was there. Yeah.
And she, our friend, Kim was talking about Colleen Hoover got up there and was like, thank you guys so much for being so nice to me. Mm-hmm. I almost didn't want to come or almost canceled, which she has not done. She famously hasn't released a new book in like 2 years, right?
Longer than that.
And she was going to cancel, but decided to come anyway. I guess, her team talked her into it. And she was talking about the quote unquote bullying, right? That she's experienced online in regards to, as we all know, the drama with the film, but just also I think her like being online and the feedback that she's received. And I think that that is something that we all need to be cognizant of in various aspects. None of us are perfect. And
well, other humans are reading your comments on the other side.
Right.
Like you're not just typing like comments to no one.
Yes. So like, just like Navessa, who had
horrible. I feel that I just don't understand.
And why would we do that to somebody that we want them to continue writing books?
And also, Lights Out was one of our the store's best sellers last year.
Yeah.
Rightfully
so. It was
love
great.
this book. Why are we doing this? Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. So, Book Talk community, we need to do better. I'm gonna let myself in because we are members of Book Talk. I'm not like actively on there like I probably should be, but like I'll lump myself into. We need to do better.
Sure.
We all need to do a little bit better. Just remember, people read those comments.
Better.
People read those DMs.
The keyboard warriors.
People do read them. Real people with real feelings.
You have feelings?
I know.
I didn't know.
I know, it's shocking. But are you have any final thoughts for today?
I don't think so. I will revisit this next week when I am through my next book or so in our Ravenhood series.
Yep.
And I'm going to start our book club pick.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, our book club pick this month for June is The Shots You Take by Rachel Reed. It is a male-male hockey romance. And if you are local to Charlotte, we would love for you to join us. Follow our book club page. It is Trope, TROPE, book club on Instagram.
Yes. And you'll see our shining faces on there as well.
That's right. But please like and subscribe. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the places. The Story is pod on all the platforms.
Yes. And we're so excited.
Yeah.
And with that, we need you to get back to your reading.
Go read your book.
Thank you.